It is New Year's Eve. That's right, the last day of 2020. And a lot of ignorant people out there are really excited that 2021 is going to be much better. The calendar has no idea what's going on in the world, just so you guys know. Hey, thanks for tuning in, guys. My name is Mr. X. We're all about high-end collectibles on this channel. This is a regular monthly segment we launch on the very last day of every month, talking about the Xtreme acquisitions that we made in the current month. When I say we, I refer to myself in third person like that. Now, throughout this video, if you like a lot of the stuff going on, make sure you hit that like button and then you subscribe to the channel and hit that bell notification because we drop tons of content here. A lot of it is related to collecting. And that's mostly what we're going to focus on today. Most of the acquisitions made in December were actually Xtreme Collectibles. Now recently, if you missed it, check it out right here. We started a new segment called Stupid Stuff That I Bought. And a lot of people liked it, so we are definitely having an episode 2, and an episode 3 is also lined up. Now because I don't want to let the cat out of the bag, because I fucking hate cats, I hope it suffocates. Things that are upcoming in those episodes will not be mentioned today, and some of them are higher end collectibles. But in traditional fashion, we have 3 parts to this video. The first part is we talk about the high-end collectibles that arrived in December. We specifically talk about my 3 favorites. So let's kick it off, starting with number 3, XM Studios Rocket and Groot 1/4 scale statue. This blew my mind. It was way better than I expected it to be. So happy that I have this in the collection. Amazing piece. Well done, XM Studios. Number 2 is this custom Hulk. Now, if you recall, I actually got 4 versions of this, but the green one with the Stan Lee figure is the one I'm specifically talking about. Such a cool piece. It may not be the favorite Hulk in my collection, but it was the favorite Hulk that arrived. And as a reminder, we're going to do a countdown of top Hulk statues in the upcoming month or 2. And number 1, of course, without a doubt, was XM Studios Thanos and Lady Death. Amazing, amazing piece on so many different levels. Truly one of the best pieces out there. And also, as a spoiler, we're going to do in January or February an Xtrumble, which is an Extreme Rumble. See how that statue stacks up to a bunch of other Thanos statues as well. Because as you can see a little bit behind me, I guess you can see his feet and his throne right there. We have some more Thanos statues, some over there as well. Now the next part of the video, we talk about hashtag restraint. And you may have caught a video a few days ago where I actually talked about statues that I'm really going to try hard not to buy in 2021. None of those are on here. This is a completely different list. But these are pieces that I actually wanted to buy. Some of them I even had in a shopping cart or I went to look for them. I have the means, I have the space, I have the ability, but I was able to be a little bit more mature than I usually am. And one of the things we're going to talk about on this hashtag restraint list is how stupid hashtag restraint is. So like many, I'm dick riding Mandalorian. Absolutely love it on so many levels. At the beginning of the month, I loved when they reintroduced Boba Fett. And I realized I have no autographed memorabilia from Boba Fett, from the original actor, Jeremy Bulloch. So I found an authenticated Boba Fett helmet signed by the original actor. I put it in my shopping cart, and it sat there for about 3 days, and then he passed. Well, if you're new to autographed memorabilia, then you know once a person passes, their autograph double or triples in value. So I totally missed out on that, and I am incredibly pissed. And that got me thinking, what older actors out there are ones that are phenomenal and I actually don't have autographs of in my collection? And it hit me, the original Joker. So that's right, this piece right here, I really wanted to buy this piece, but I never ended up doing it, by Jack Nicholson. Yes, that's how I say it, get over it. Hopefully he doesn't kick the bucket in the next few months. Some other things I practice hashtag restraint we're on some statues. First right here is Prime 1 Studios Scorponux. So I really wanted this. I ended up ordering the Blackout, which we'll talk about in a few minutes. But it was just way too much money for what it was. You know, the profile is too small in my opinion. He'd make a great companion piece, but easy to pass at $800. Now, Prime 1 Studios also started their winter sale. If you don't know what that is, go check out their website from December 25th, I think, till the end of January. Older products, you can either get a significant amount of money off on them, or you can get triple the reward points. So essentially you get 15% store credit on anything you buy. Now, while I did fall into the trap, and we're going to talk about some of those and what I acquired, there are ones that I was able to resist, but these are just amazing deals. So you guys go out there and buy them because I am practicing hashtag restraint. First one is their Harley Quinn from the Suicide Squad. You know, I loved Margot Robbie's portrayal of her, and this was fantastic. This is like 30 or 40% off. It's $600 or $700, and the shipping wasn't very much. So sadly, I passed on this, but it still looked amazing. Same exact thing can be said about their Red Hood. So this is from the video game that I've never played, but it looks amazing. But I know I would end up selling this probably in the next year or so. So I decided I'm going to practice hashtag restraint, even though it is the deal of the century. And I think the same thing can be said about their Arkham Knight Batman. Looks amazing, lesser known character, so he's not heavily desired, probably why they're discounting it so much. But I would love to have him in my collection or even review him on the table, but I would sell him in the next year or so. Now, two other pieces, and I think they were just offering triple rewards on these, but one was the Guyver 3 from Prime 1 Studios. I don't know much about Guyver. I know the basics, and there's always been some ECC pieces I've looked at in the past. This looks amazing. I love the base. I love the figure. But again, it doesn't really go with anything in my collection, so I was able to hold off. Now, the hardest one to hold off on was this Brainiac. I watched Mint Hunter Comics review of this like 3 times. This looks amazing on every level, and I really need a Superman villain in the 1/4 scale. However, it just takes up so much room, it is just entirely too big.
That's what she said.
Now, the last piece is actually a grail. Yes, it's a grail. It's one of my 2 grails out there that I've been looking for forever, and somebody put it up for sale, $3,500, but I had just spent about $7,000 on statues the previous day, so I couldn't justify it in my head. Is this Sam McCain T1000 bust? I want this so bad. This has been one of my grails for years, and honestly, that price is about the going rate for it, so it's not out of the ballpark for where this actually sells for. But at this time, I just decided to practice restraint, which may bite me in the ass later. But hey, some people like that. All right, so now we're down to the list of the Xtreme collectibles I purchased in the month of December. Now, some of these you may have already seen videos of. Some may not come out for years. I just pre-ordered them. And again, I'm skipping on a number of things that are going to be in the next episode of stupid stuff that I bought. But let's kick it off with some Transformers. So I purchased XM Studios Nemesis Prime. You know, I've always had my eye on the Prime 1 Studios Generation 1. However, it looks just like their Optimus that I own, but this looks amazing on every level. It's an event exclusive. I was able to get one through Statue Depot. Fantastic place to get your XM Studios pieces. Definitely recommend checking them out. So I cannot wait to get this in my collection. It probably won't come out until later in 2021, but that's fine because I need to figure out space because he was not planned. I jumped on board with the Prime 1 Studios Heath Ledger Deluxe. Now, a lot of people do not like this piece because he didn't really make that expression in the movie, and I completely agree. There's only one face sculpt, only one portrait. However, I think that this shows the sadistic part of him. I don't need my pieces to be from an exact scene from the movie. It's pretty obvious this character's from that movie, so this just like elaborates and tells more of the story of the character. That's how I at least justified it in my own head. I also picked up Prime 1 Studios Indominus Rex, the deluxe statue. So I was able to get both of these Prime 1s I bought from Comic Concepts. You can definitely check them out. Awesome, awesome piece. This is 1/15 scale. It's going to go with my T-Rex. It's going to go with my Mosasaurus that I have coming in. Very excited. I bought another custom 1/4 scale Silver Surfer. This piece right here. Now, I don't know if I'm going to do the dark version or the regular version. I currently own an unpainted one, a chromed one, a silver one. I have another dark one on order. So I need to figure out what I'm going to do with this piece because I also have, I think, 2 other custom ones on order. But I really, really like this piece and it was at a great price point. Another Transformer piece was that Blackout that I talked about. I love this scene from the original Bayformer Transformers. I love Blackout. I think this is going to be a huge piece. I think it'll rival Optimus Prime Jet Power as far as the size. And it could be just as impressive. So cannot wait to get him in. Next piece was one I actually had on order and I canceled because of delays. But this was one of the Prime 1 Studios sales. I ended up getting 15% rewards and shipping was only $60. So I got the Super Sun statue. The reason I pulled the trigger on this, besides the things I just talked about, is the edition size is only 150. So this is the exclusive version. I definitely am excited to get this in the collection. And at an edition size that low, I definitely think I can get my money back. Now for the second time, actually this may be the third time, I bought the Prime 1 Studios Black Manta to go with that giant Aquaman piece I have. Now I purchased this once, canceled it due to delays. I purchased it a second time through a distributor who he couldn't get it. So finally I purchased it directly from Prime 1 Studios on their winter sale. Very, very cool piece. He'll look awesome with that Aquaman. Also, I repurchased Prime 1 Zod. Now, I originally canceled him due to the increase in shipping, but because I'm getting the 15% rewards and I had $900 in rewards, I ended up pulling the trigger because I think this is an exclusive or bust in my opinion. So he will come to the table here in the next few months. All of these were economy shipping, so it'll take anywhere from 1 to 6 weeks to get here, but that's fine. I'm not in a rush. Very excited to have this piece. So believe it or not, we're down to the last one. Some of these were some pretty big purchases, over $2,000. And plus it was Christmas, so I took my family out of the country for a while. We relaxed at a resort. And as always, my wife tells me how many presents I can buy my kids, and I end up quintupling that. They got some badass Legos, I'll tell you that now. But the last one I bought was the XM Studios Penguin Dynamo. So this is from their Samurai line. Absolutely love this. I have every single piece except Poison Ivy, and I didn't order the Harley Quinn. They're doing a fantastic job on this entire line. I need to find a better place to display them. I have them all displayed together, but it just doesn't look the best. So now's the favorite part of the video. Drop in the comments what you bought in December. Whatever is Xtreme. It could be an awesome Lego. It could be a statue. It could be a trip. It could be a mail order bride. Throw that down in the comments below, because that really helps the channel. Also, liking this video and subscribing, hit that Mr. X logo, helps the channel as well. Stay tuned for tomorrow. It's time for Xtreme Expos. We're going to talk about all the exciting stuff that's happening in January. In the meantime, take care of yourself and go fuck your mother.